But no, I think we can progress beyond this apish clapping, because we live now in very forward-thinking and progressive times, and I personally am proud. Some parents now are raising their children without a gender, and I think that's just swell. I mean, what rational person could argue with the logic and utility of that? But is it enough? Because sure, you might curb transphobia, but I have to ask, and I don't think this is talked about constantly enough, what about racism? Yeah. How do we solve it? How do we nip it in the bud? Isn't it obvious? Flay your children. Remove the skin at birth, and we will all become one beautiful skinless race. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, but won't we all be disgusting, gory monster people? Exactly. Say goodbye to beauty standards. That is the oppression of women and racism dealt with in one fell swoop. And it only requires the flaying of every newborn child. I will accept my award in the post. But I am proud to be living in these times. You know, we live in times now when we look out for the marginalized in society. And if I don't seem sincere in that, it's only because I'm so emotionally repressed that I'm incapable of being sincere. But I'm trying to be. But no, it's great. You know, we look out these days for the little guy. And that's why it mystifies me that we don't see more activism in support of the littlest guys, the little people. Now, I don't want to demean these people. I'm not going to use the M word. I think they are treated horrifically by society and are rarely granted the basic human respect that no person should be denied. The issue is that their appearance is inherently amusing. You know it's true. I know it's awful, but it's true. You know, an adult with child-sized proportions is just difficult for the human mind to take seriously, be that for biological or cultural reasons. And how awful for these poor individuals not to be a group that's hated, but one that's considered a joke. I mean, it's grotesque. It's dehumanizing. You know, all throughout dwarves are so in the public consciousness as like this whimsical fairy tale idea. These people actually exist. I mean, imagine if trolls existed. I mean, not that little people are like trolls, you know. So some of them are hot. You know, Peter Dinklage is half my height, and he's sexier than I could ever hope to be. I hope that makes it better. But I mean, you know, how terrible. These people who already face something of an uphill battle in life are portrayed in movies and TV as something to be mocked. You know, imagine if we did this with other people who have life-altering conditions. Imagine a sitcom of people who suffer from cerebral palsy that we all tune into every Saturday, have a good laugh at that. Ha ha, their lives must be difficult. Exactly, it's disgusting. It's dehumanizing. But hey, remember Mini-Me? Remember, wasn't that funny? Remember how small he was? Because that was the joke. He was small. And he was made up to look like Mike Myers, who's normal. It's gross. You know, I mean, I don't, and how do you see no activism for this? And I think that's part of the problem. Realistically, 1,000 little people walking down the street holding placards is an amusing image. I wish it weren't. I don't want to feel this way. It's just been associated in my mind. And I think what the world needs now, to get us away from this fairy tale, happy-go-lucky view of little people, what the world needs now is a wee Weinstein. Some horrific sex criminal who also happens to be a little person. Now I don't know how a little person would go about sexually assaulting regular-sized people. Perhaps some sort of impish trickery, the tying of shoelaces or that sort of thing.